good morning. Thank you for having me.
Good morning, Yudhi. It's a pleasure to finally have you here.
Finally, yeah. Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm nervous. I'm nervous being here and so thrilled as well.
Oh.
And so cold.
It is very cold. That's why I'm wearing the jacket. It's not supposed to be with the jacket.
Yeah.
So Yudhi, I mean, clearly the pandemic has affected all of us, including mentally. And when something is wrong mentally, usually physically, we also have some sort of reaction. Either, you know, suddenly you have acidic stomach or you have headaches and everything. And recently, people are more and more familiar with the term healing. But sometimes this term is a little bit misconstrued, right? So what is the meaning of true healing?
Well, it's true. The term healing being watered down so many. It's kind of like being escapist, you know, But the true meaning of healing is actually what we are doing in our daily life is healing. Why? Because we are having this basic instinct of we don't want to suffer. And when we are talking about healing, we are talking about how we deal with the suffering in many layers, in many levels. From the physical levels, from the mental, emotional level, even for the being existential sufferings. So when we are talking about healing, we cope with those aspects and layers.
Okay. Oh, well, I think, what you are saying, the data that mental health illness or the issues about mental health, people are more concerned during the pandemic because we tend to go into ourselves to get to know ourselves better, and then we found out that I think I have this problem. I think I have to face certain situation during the pandemic, during the lockdown at home and everything. So we don't know what to do. And then, I think the terms healing is more popular since then. And also, there are some treatment that people are doing. Like I'm doing some kind of treatment to heal myself, like the going to the psychologist, going to psychiatrist and everything, and also holistic. Could you please tell us more about that?
The holistic means whole. So we are living as a human being, not just human body doing something, right? So many layers of our consciousness, like our physicals, our mental, emotionals, our energy, and our mind. So during the pandemic, when we cannot do many things, we cannot run away, we cannot being busy doing something else out there, going for holiday, then suddenly you face the part of you that you are being running away all this long, which is your own mind. And this mind is actually have this habit of being busy and distracted. So it's kind of like when you are here, your mind goes somewhere else. When you are eating, you are doing other things. When you are working, you are going home. Your mind, I mean. Like when you are at home, you are not there. You are thinking about your work the other day. So this mind always running away from the reality. So it is part of suffering. Why? Because your body is here, but your mind is not here. And it creates tension, it creates anticipation, it creates, when your body is here, your mind is not here, actually there is a subtle suffering already. And that suffering becomes so clear and so obvious during the pandemic because you cannot do anything, you cannot run away. You face, oh my God, I have this thought, my body, right? And then you feel like being trapped. Then you face your crazy monkey mind.
Yes,
or
I
brain.
keep jumping from one branch to another.
And suddenly they are more panicked. Actually, they are, every time they are panicking. But usually before pandemic, they can run away, they can do things, they can go to the mall, they can talk to the friends, they can do this and that. But during the lockdown, they cannot do any, they cannot satisfy that monkey. So then they have to face it. They have to face the reality.
So what would be the holistic treatment then? Because I know that you are a colleague of our dear Reza Gunawan, who recently passed away. And when he was still alive, he often talked about this method called TAT or TAT. I mean, what is that method? And what does it do? What sort of healing does it do to us?
Yeah, and then when we are talking about healing, we are not just talking about physical suffering. Yes, we have many techniques about that. You have physical therapy, we have acupuncture, we have drugs, we have medicine, right? We have other things that we can do. But mental and emotional is not that easy.
No.
Yeah, right? You cannot push, okay, you don't have to, please don't be stressed. Even that suggestion, don't be stressed, is stressful already.
Making you stress more,
Because if you are stressful, if you can be okay that you are stressful, then suddenly it started to heal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when you are stressed and okay, I'm stressed, like now I am nervous and I'm okay being nervous, suddenly it, so relieving.
Yes.
If I fight my nervousness, it become more suffering. And then TAT is one modality out of many ways how to deal with our subconscious limiting belief and habit that create emotional pattern, that create lifestyle, that create physical illness in the very outer level.
Is it similar to cognitive behavioral therapy or different?
It's little different because
Totally
TAT combine acupressure point that is related with your energetic chakras, related with your intuition and subconscious mind. So when you are doing TAT, you combine awareness, meditation awareness, you combine acupressure point, and you combine with wordings because you are hearing some words that might trigger something out of you.
Wow.
Yeah, so TAT is combination of those.
So which point should we, because I remember Reza one day shared a little bit about it. It's around here.
Actually, there are 3 points in the face here, in the third eye, and then in the middle part of this part. We call that bladder 1 point.
Right.
Related with your pineal glands.
Okay.
So it's very intuitive in a way. And then the other hand, supporting the basic base of the skull, the memory part of our memory. So when we touch that point, and then we listen to the words, we try to observe what is going on in our body and what's going on in our mind, and we report. We report to the therapist. Okay, I'm seeing supposedly you have this stomach problems, and then you do TAT. Okay, because you have stomach problem, and then when you do it, okay. When you listen of the wording, suddenly you think about your mom. Suddenly you think about your work situation.
Yes.
Oh, actually, you become aware. It become okay, I realize there is connection between my stress at work and my stress about my mom and this current stomach issue. So you just don't, not really okay, every time you have stomach issue, you take medications. Not necessarily like that.
You go to the root of the problem.
Because behind every physical problem, behind all the lab results, there is a lifestyle.
Absolutely.
Behind all lifestyle have this emotional pattern and habit, and behind it there is a limiting belief and perceptions, and behind that is sometimes there is a trauma experience or what you believe, and we can deconstruct from that. So that kind of holistic approach, because you don't just treat the physical, but you also dealing with the emotional pattern, limiting belief, perceptions, awareness.
But the ate is only for one day, right, Yudhi? Or how can you overcome all that?
TAT, you can learn it in one day.
Right.
But of course, you have to do it every day.
Right. Okay.
Every day.
Okay. Okay.
So you also mentioned about self-awareness. I think that's the ultimate. I don't know. Can we call it as a goal, ourselves to have a self-awareness, so we can always be conscious state about what's happening to us. Is it possible?
Yeah. Self-awareness is the gate of healing.
All right.
Because if you want to heal, you need to be aware of yourself,
Yeah.
about your suffering.
Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
suffering. You know.
Okay.
So that self-awareness is the gate,
Okay.
is the path,
Uh-huh.
and is the fruition.
Okay.
Is the goal as well.
Yes.
Because at the end of the healing journey, you discover your true self.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, who am I?
Okay.
Am I this body? Am I these thoughts? Am I my emotion?
Yeah.
Am I what? Am I my consciousness?
Okay.
So the goal of healing is, okay, the first, you have problem, then you understand, okay, I have problem, I suffer. At the end of the healing journey, you discover the I who suffers.
Okay.
So self-awareness is the gate, self-awareness is the path,
Yeah.
self-awareness is the fruition.
So the whole system is
Come back to the beginning. But
self-awareness.
yeah, like the Zen saying, at the end, at the first is what at the first, mountain is mountain, river is river.
Okay.
And after you go, mountain is not mountain, river is not mountain. At the end of the journey, mountain is mountain again, river is river again. But you have a completely different perspective and wisdom about yourself.
So, is it possible for us as a human that we are facing lots of trauma experience? We met a lot of people with their own trauma, emotions. We are bump into each other. And how can we become a human that, you know, we have lots of role in our life, right? And how do we keep our awareness in a daily basis, like a physical health, emotional health, and mind and everything? Is it
Yeah.
possible?
Very possible. But you need to be aware of your suffering, and you need to learn the tools. My tools is usually meditation and TAT.
Yeah.
But there are many tools actually out there. You can learn one of it or two of it, and then it takes discipline. For myself, usually I'm being honest with myself. Okay, I like what I say to my other clients. Do not delay your washing dishes time.
Yeah.
Right,
Do not, how to
That's
say?
hypocrite.
Yeah.
Don't just tumpuk
Stack
the plates.
Don't
You know,
stack
just
the plates.
every day, clean it up, clean it up, until you become habituated to the sense of being clear, calm, genuine.
Yeah.
And then slowly, if you go astray, you know how to come back.
Yes, because you have the
Consistency. I think so. Yeah. In everything, consistency is
Nice.
So with meditation, right? I mean, have you ever been in a state where you are just emotionally in such a wreck, and you know that your tools, one of your tools, well, two of your tools are at the end meditation. I'm talking especially about meditation, right? And you just can't concentrate. You just can't go back. What do you do?
physical exercise.
Right.
In meditation, there is a horse and there is a rider.
Right.
The horse is our body. The rider is our mind. So before you tame your mind, you need to tame the ride. Before you tame the rider, the mind, you need to tame the horse.
Right.
The body. This body have many emotions, many sensations, many energies. So if you cannot go directly to the mind, just do physical exercise. And slowly you need to habituate your mind to rest as it is in whatever condition of the body. If your body is calm, okay, stay there, rest in there. If your body is anxious, okay, rest there in the anxiety itself.
Wow.
You don't have to run away. You don't have to focus on something.
Yeah.
Just be with the reality.
That's hard.
It is. Shafira,
Yeah.
Shafira and I can relate. It's hard. It's hard to sit with that anxiety. It's hard to sit with that.
My teacher asked me to practice meditation short time.
Okay.
Short time. How do you mean?
Short time and many times. If you think that you can meditate for 5 minutes,
Yeah.
don't do it 5 minutes, just 4 minutes.
Ah.
And then it creates, okay, I can do this. It's easy, you know?
Yeah.
You know, and then we like something that we win,
Yeah.
right? Okay, I can meditate for 5 minutes, then I just do it for 4 minutes.
Okay.
But short time and slowly you add up. Like, you know, like physical fitness.
Yeah.
You gain more, right? You lift one by
one
one.
step at a
5
time,
kilos, you add
correct.
another 2.5
Yeah.
kilo, and then
Yeah.
add
gradually,
more, gradually.
increasing.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
So, Yudhi, we know that people, most of our friends or people that we know are starting to do the meditation by themselves because we cannot see each other, and guide is from the voices and everything. So, is it true? Is it can actually works without seeing each other? Like we have a real teacher to guide us and everything. Can we do it like that?
From the beginning, yes. It just to be calm and practice certain level of awareness, you can just do it.
Okay.
You know, you can listen to the apps.
Yeah.
You can follow the guide from the YouTube or something from of the apps. But if you want to go really deep,
Yeah.
then you need to find a proper, skillful teacher. Why? When you are dealing with your craziness,
Yeah.
there are many pitfalls there.
Yeah.
There are many traps. There
Yeah.
are, because our mind is really smart.
Yeah.
It can create a lot of illusion.
Yeah.
It can create a lot of limiting belief.
Yes.
And it can also trap you in certain of meditation experience that you need to go through.
And release.
And then some people are like kind of like, okay, I feel bliss, and they just want to stay there. So if you find a proper teacher, then he can lead you through that period of that perhaps you become trapped in that certain experience. Because our mind is really tricky sometimes.
That's important because.
And it needs teacher to kind of like trigger you.
Okay. Because it's very important nowadays when people, especially young generation, talking about mental health illness or issues, they tend to have their self-diagnosed. So they do it by themselves, to do their own healing, and then so there's a lot of misinformation about self-healing and also about the emotional and mental health issues. So it's really important. Thank you so much for your explanations.
Thank you.
That basically we need someone more professional that knows how to guide us to get through this problem, especially about our minds and emotions. Sometimes we don't know ourselves.
But you have to start with yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the responsibility of healing is not in the teacher or it's not in the therapist.
Yeah.
You need to be responsible about your own healing, and you know yourself better than anyone.
Yeah.
So the responsibility is in our hands.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
That is so true.
Yeah.
My process is actually, in the beginning, I try to do it by myself, but now I've just started to see therapists as well to be able to map myself out a little bit more, a little bit better. But in the end, I agree with you that we have the answer inside and we just have to figure it out.
Yeah.
Through a difficult, probably suffering process, it's a very difficult process, but we'll get through it.
Yeah.
Actually, suffering is the gate of evolution of our consciousness.
Right.
Because when you are suffering, you are dealing with your hope, your fear, your belief, your self perception about who you are.
Yes.
And then it kind of like open up the gate of future discovery about who you are.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Thank you so much, Yudhi.
Thank you for coming to give us such a fruitful discussion.
I know,
this
it's
morning.
insightful.
In midweek, crazy midweek, almost full moon.
Is it almost full moon? Yeah. Oh, my. Thank you so much, Yudhi, for such an enlightening discussion. I wish you well and all your team well and all of your loved ones well.
Thank you.
so much.
Bye-bye.
We're going to take a little break. When we come back, we'll have a recap of news from the previous segment, so stay tuned on the C Morning Show.